Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Smashi Sports. I'm Aziz, your host for today. It's Monday, 14th of October, and we're kicking off the week with the latest updates in the world of sports. Hope you're
Mainly
all
from the
having.
region, from the Middle East region. Yeah, we don't care about the international sports. No, but we care about them. But a lot of things happen in the Middle East since Ronaldo has come to Saudi Pro League. Saudi Pro League has become bigger. UAE League has seen a lot of good matches now. So yeah, the Middle
It's
Eastern region
evolving.
is it's
It's
becoming
evolving.
bigger and
We're
better in
getting
terms of
into
sports
it.
as well. Yeah,
I hope you're all having a great week.
yeah.
We've got some exciting stories lined up for you guys, so let's jump right into it. Let's get it off with some unfortunate news for
Yeah.
Al Hilal fans. Star goalkeeper Yassine Bounou, who will be sidelined for the upcoming match against Al Ain due to his injury. I think Bounou's absence is sure to be felt.
Yeah, he's a very big star. But everyone remembers him from the World Cup performance that he gave.
Everyone remembers that
Yeah, everyone
performance.
remembers him.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
now
yeah.
he's one of the biggest stars. But yes, obviously the team will miss him. If you look at any good goalkeeper, we always see the chances that they miss. It's a very difficult job being a goalkeeper in football. You make 100 saves and you miss one thing and you're always under pressure. But Bono has been great for his team. Let's hope.
Absolutely. I think like generally when they have a good goalkeeper, the second one they
Yeah.
don't rely a lot of him. But now it's
Yeah.
his chance to shine,
Yeah.
because as you said, 100 saves, a lot of things
Yeah.
happening. But injuries happens to all the players, even goalkeepers. So it's common in sports. And now Al Hilal will now have to rely on their backup options, and it'll be interesting to see how they will update to their new goalkeeper. So.
Yeah, someone will come in, but the problem will always be that he's not the main choice. It's always like whenever you talk about EPL or German league, big leagues, if you talk about the main goalkeeper is always there. So if somehow he misses the match, you're like, oh no, I'm very big for fantasy Premier League player. So I always think in terms of, oh, I'll lose points. But in terms of teams, I think the main goalkeeper being there gives a lot of confidence to the centre backs, I guess, and obviously right back, left back, all the defense line. Having the main goalkeeper, because I played as a goalkeeper as well.
You play as a
During
goalkeeper before?
I used to play because we used to play 6 on 6, so every guy has to take the goalkeeper turn. And I've realized standing at that point that you actually control the whole team. If you're the captain or if you're like the one of the old players in the squad, you always look miss Yassine. Obviously, Morocco. He had to leave the Morocco versus Central Africa match early due to hamstring.
They
Don't
say it's
recover.
2 to 3 weeks recovery.
Yeah, small hamstring problem.
Yeah.
If it's but let's see. Hopefully, we'll get an update on how.
Well, moving on in other major news, the Egyptian national team has officially confirmed that Mohamed Salah will miss the next game agast Mauritania.
Nice.
This
Yeah,
is also
because they've
massive.
already won 2-0, I guess. There is no point of like bringing him back. They've already won the first leg. First leg or the match against Mauritania, yeah.
Yeah,
So the
against
forward is now set
Mauritania.
to return to Liverpool. Yeah. Salah was allowed to skip Tuesday's Africa Cup of Nations qualifier in Mauritania.
They
It's
already
concerned.
qualified, but he will miss the game. But I think
Yeah.
Egypt had a lot of good players.
Yeah, there's a
Apart
lot
from
of.
their stars, they have a lot of good players. That I think they have other options to.
Yeah, I was looking
put
at
into
one of the posts that went on Smashi Sports. Could Marmoush be Salah's successor at Liverpool? So he's one of the
playing really well.
Yeah, he's one of the
He's
rising
playing really
stars
well,
from coming
yeah.
out of Egypt, and everyone is talking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's such a proud thing when you have like new Arab players taking like a spot in the international football team.
Yeah.
So it's
Nah,
really doing
Marmoush,
something great.
I've not seen a lot of him. I've just seen like clips of him, but he looks good. That's the main thing. If he looks good, obviously he will sooner or less like quick he will turn around. And again, you have such a big name with you to support you. Why
Yes.
not?
I actually watched 1 or 2 games, and his performance is very nice. He's got always like an average grade over 7 or 8, which is not
Nice.
uncommon, and he's playing really well now. But hopefully, no injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries will always get back
See,
into.
sports always comes with injuries. I don't really
So
think
sad.
until unless it's a very long career-threatening injury, small injuries will always happen. You just need to recover from them. The only good thing about Marmoush, I believe, is whenever you have one star in your team, you can always learn how to navigate not only the on-pitch things, off-pitch things as well, because with fame come a lot of
Correct.
other things.
Correct.
So you just need to know how to navigate those things. Contracts, going to clubs, moving here, not moving here.
Yep.
Salah, I remember coming from loan, going from Chelsea on loan, then playing, then coming back, and then going to Liverpool.
Yeah.
He was guided well, and he did really well in Liverpool. I guess if he would have stayed at Chelsea, he wouldn't have become Salah.
You never know. But
With Chelsea, I think Klopp gave him that chance. Klopp gave him that spot, like, this is your spot, make it yours, and prove it to me that no one else can play better than that.
And he showed up.
And he showed up. So that's the good part. You need a good manager, a good team, an environment where they know that you're special and they give you the room.
And
like
they trust
Messi.
you. It's all about trust.
Yeah, like Messi in Barca, everyone was like, oh, give it to Messi. So the whole game plan was give it to Messi. Likewise, when Salah and Mane were there, Firmino in the center, the golden time of Liverpool recently, it was always give it to Salah, give it to Mane, give it to Salah, give it to Mane. So that way, Marmoush can learn a lot from him. So having one star in the team is always helpful for the youngsters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Salah is not playing. That's the main news.
His exclusion raises questions now about how the team will adjust.
Yeah.
But the fans also are a bit mad about what's happening. But I'm pretty sure Egypt will find some solution to adapt to this timing.
See, again, Marmoush is there. So there's a lot of players who are there now with Salah becoming such a... I always believe one star coming out of one national team always gives birth to a lot of stars in the team. They can learn from him. There's professional ethics, physical ethics, entertainment-wise, what should you do? Should you take that shot or should you not?
And
it gives you a lot of confidence.
Idolize him. They see him as an idol. They want it's like a far objective or far thing they have to achieve, and they see it. They can happen. It can happen. So they do it.
I remember Tevez when he played with Ronaldo. He said a very interesting thing that one day I went to the training around 7ish in the morning. Ronaldo was there. The next day I was like, no. The next day he was like, I'll go half an hour early. Next day he was like, I'll go half an hour early. He went at 6:30. Ronaldo was there. He kept reducing the time. He was like, I went at 4 a.m. Ronaldo was there. And I was like, bro, I can't beat you. So that is the thing that a star player brings to the team. He brings a very professional code that, if you want to be the best, you have to uphold these standards.
True.
So with Salah, obviously, he will decline. There will come a point, and he's reached his prime. He's done the best he could.
Exactly.
He won Liverpool, the Champions
League. That's why I think it's not every time about talent, because at some point you need to practice, and to practice no days off. I mean, you always practice your talent to reach that level, the high level, the professional level, to be able to maintain that level in all kind of games. And that's what makes superstars.
It takes us back to the archival debate that, Ronaldo has worked hard and Messi had talent. But Ronaldo worked hard. He knew that 10% of the talent he has to make up for 100% by doing 90% hard work. But Messi
I totally agree about that equation.
If Messi had 90% of talent, still to become this great, he had to do that 10% part. And trust me, 90 to 100 is the most difficult race. So they both did their part. Likewise, Salah, with all these youngsters under him, he is like the go-to guy for any advice on pitch, off pitch, and then the best guiding light to follow. Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah. Well, now we're moving on.
Let's talk about some money, right?
So, we had two sad news. Now we have to go about something happy. So we're shifting to Riyadh season, where the world of tennis is about to witness history. The 6 Kings Slam tournament is set to offer the largest prize ever seen in the sports.
Yeah.
With such a massive reward on the line, it's no wonder that the competition is heating up. So Riyadh season is a very big thing happening.
Riyadh season is basically, it kicked off on Sunday, yesterday. And the very first sporting thing that we saw was a fight. I was just Googling it. It was a fight between
the famous fight happening also.
Beter Beev and Dimitri Bivol. It was one of the biggest fights that happened, and Beter Beev apparently won. He's a Canadian boxer.
Yes.
And there was a lot of controversy around the decision, but he won. So yeah, a lot
It
of
happens a lot
in boxing. It's always there. Oh, I won by I lost by 2 points because this judge was biased or this and that.
That's why I love knockdowns. Like KOs is so obvious. The guy just has knockdown. So, yeah.
Points victory, I'm always against it. There should be no points victory. One guy should be on the floor, go through like 1,
The
2,
other
3,
guy
4, 5,
has to
6, 7, 8,
stand up, and that's
yeah.
the winner. But
Yeah,
yeah,
there should
sometimes
be like 100 rounds. Go on till one dies. Like one falls down and can't compete.
Actually, it's too hard to come up with one round, because a lot of rounds, like 12 rounds and 11 rounds, is so exhausting. Like after 4 or 5 rounds, it's like you can't stand on your feet. But to see this kind of people,
the Riyadh season has a lot of sports things it's not only sports, it's a lot of things that are going to happen. There's movie premieres, there's like
how's it, like
special
14
events.
cities? 14 cities?
No, it's basically in Riyadh there's 14
spots, yeah, 14
where you can
spots.
go. There's a lot of things happening. I remember my wife
At the same
telling me
time.
yesterday, Ronaldo Museum is there. It's happening for the second time this year. It happened last year.
Yeah, the Cristiano Ronaldo Museum. Very interesting.
It's a whole other level of events. The sports thing, I just got the list. So Al Nassr and Al Tawan are playing. Al Riyadh versus Al Ittihad are playing under the Riyadh season. There's a lot happening. Just go Google Riyadh season. If you're in Saudi, you'll be able to do something at least. And it goes on till Feb. Before Ramadan.
It covers a lot of sports, so whatever your interest is, you will find something really
exciting. But the main highlight, I would say, is this Six Kings
the Six Kings Slam, the tournament, again, tennis tournament.
Nadal, in a very emotional video, said that he's retiring.
Rafael Nadal?
Yeah, I was actually
almost
crying.
cried.
When I saw the video, I was like, shit, it's like the end of an era.
It's the era of Rafael Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer, and now the only one left is Djokovic.
And
so
I always see them as the big three. People talk about Andy Murray a lot. I don't.
But who's your favorite?
Out of the three, class-wise, Federer, no
Federer,
doubt.
It's pure talent.
His backhand, his topspin, whatever Federer did on the tennis court was elegant.
Exactly.
But when it comes to muscle, like the physical aspect of it,
Rafael.
Nadal.
Yeah, it's
Nadal
Rafael.
was like, you could play a rally with him for half an hour. He will not back down. So I love that.
Such a powerful shots.
For me, it was like Messi and Ronaldo. Federer, whatever he did, looked beautiful.
But then at some moment,
it's like
Djokovic
Messi.
appeared and he took up the lead.
I remember the very first final I saw between Federer and Djokovic. It was a Wimbledon final. I don't remember the year exactly. But I remember Federer was going through a very bad time with his backhand.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the final and I realized every ball went to Federer's backhand. Djokovic was so smart. His brain is like, it works like anything. It's like there is an AI in his brain.
He has the best defensive system.
Yeah,
so he can.
Any ball, Federer would scoop it, do whatever. The return would be always on Federer's backhand.
Yes.
And he was suffering. And Djokovic won. So yeah, elegance, Federer, physical, like, combat skills in tennis, Nadal, but brain, Djokovic.
Yeah,
Djokovic
now
is
Federer
by far
just
the
retired,
best,
and Rafael
smartest.
just retired, and we were expecting like Djokovic retirement, but maybe it's like in 1 year, 2 years. He said.
I still believe Djokovic has a lot of fuel in him, and he will continue.
But
he will at
when
least,
you get old, you cannot do anything about it. So.
But again, it's about
And
he's smart. That's
he's so smart.
main thing is with Nadal, he needed a lot of physical fight on the court. He would play long rallies, and the other guy was always lose because you can't beat Nadal in that. But with Djokovic, he's very smart. That's the guy. So even if he loses that stamina or that physical thing that he has in him, he can play with his mind.
He can play with his mind.
That's the good thing about Djokovic.
And tennis match is a very long match, so it's all about mental thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's like it's 100% mental. So you can lose the first set, second set, and then you have your comeback. So
and then you'll have to fight for the next set. So you're already exhausted, but now you have to find something.
But sometimes it's like 5 hours, 6 hours in the sun, so it's very exhausting thing.
So the prize money is 6 million. It's like double US Open, I guess.
Yes, it's
the last time I checked, US Open was nearly 2.5.
It's a record actually in pricing in history.
Nice.
So.
But again, the young guns are also there. Have you seen this guy play? The second Nadal.
The Alcaraz?
Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz.
Alcaraz will be breaking records. I'm telling you. I'm
And
telling
he's
you,
too
Alcaraz
young
will be
to
breaking
win
records.
so many, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
It's
there's
just
Yannick
21
Sinner.
or 22, so
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like, I've seen him in Paris. I went to Bercy game.
Oh.
Yes, and it's different when you see him playing live. It's like it's magic, you know. It's
Like
I couldn't believe, and
I always thought that the newer generation was too either like they were not as great. They never looked great. Like, on court, you can see that they're developing rivalries for generations. I never saw any rivalry like that. Like the Federer Nadal, the Nadal Djokovic.
and now it's
I never saw
happening
any
with
of these guys.
Alcaraz, Fritz,
It's
Sinner.
happening now.
It's happening now.
It's
All of
finally
them are
happening,
already,
yeah.
I think all sports are evolving in a way. Like
Yeah.
now, new players like the youth. I don't know what they are eating or how they are sleeping, but their performance it's different
I
from
guess
the
it's,
others.
again, technology also plays a very big role.
Yes.
I remember I was looking at one documentary long back. Manchester City implemented something. They gave a chest something. It was like an X thing that every player wore on their chest
During the game, or-
Yeah, during the
okay.
game, during practice, every time.
Okay.
So they monitored them, and then they saw their heartbeat, and they measured everything, literally everything, their heartbeat, their blood flow, this, that. And then they realized that, for example, if Haaland is playing, Haaland after every 15 or 20 minutes will need this amount of liquid or this amount of water or this amount of this shake, or maybe he needs a banana, or maybe he needs this supplement.
Everything
so
is
they had,
calculated.
they had a whole system that each player at like 10th minute or 15th minute, 18th minute needs this to give his optimal best performance. So it has come down to seconds and minutes of like monitoring players. So
This is really important.
all was not there when Federer and Nadal started their
Never.
game. There was just a ball and a tennis racket, and
No,
they
in
were playing.
professional career, like during the season, they play a lot of games.
Yeah.
In like one day, 2 day, 1 day rest, then 1 day game. So it's really high level intensity. So they need to know how to rest properly.
Yeah, their recovery, yes.
Their
That's
recovery
also
is
become so
extremely
scientific.
important.
You have to sleep from this time to this time, or you have to practice at this time because this is your peak time.
Exactly.
You remember everything. So
Exactly.
everything is so calculated now.
Cristiano Ronaldo
Obviously,
really focused about this, his recovery. Also LeBron James,
Yeah.
all the big figures,
It's a
all the big names.
Because they can afford it. That's the good part. See,
Also they can afford it, yeah.
You
Also
have to
they
like
can
keep a
afford
doctor, physio, and then the physio has a team of like assistants, and the doctor will have a team of assistants. So it's a big group that you need for one person. Not everyone can afford it, but the 6 players that are playing are obviously Nadal. Maybe it's his last tournament before the.
He said he would play up to the Davis Cup. So
So Davis
now
Cup
the
will be his last,
tournament-
but
two
this
tournaments, yeah.
will be like one of the tournaments
Yeah,
he
yeah,
plays.
yeah,
Djokovic is there. These are the 2 old guys. Daniil Medvedev, the Russian guy, I think he's like in the middle child in all of this.
But
Yannick
sometimes he
Sinner.
surprises everyone.
Yeah. I loved when he beat Djokovic recently. Like, not recently, in my recent is like 2-3 years, but he beat him, and Djokovic was supposed to become the number 1 and maybe win his record
cut it off.
21st or 20th.
Yeah.
Medvedev beat him, and Djokovic was like, oh no, I will have to like come once again and try to win. And he won again after that. But Medvedev, yeah, he's like the trump, not the trump card, the dark horse between them. He's not that young, he's not that old, but he just
never
comes.
know what he does, so-
Yeah, he just surprises you. So yeah, he's the middle child in this tournament. Novak Djokovic, Nadal, the fathers, the elder guys, Medvedev, and Yannick Sinner, Holger Rune, Carlos Alcaraz, the new generation that they're calling.
Sinner, Rune, Alcaraz.
Yeah.
I think these are my best threes now as youth
Yeah.
players, and they'll be breaking records. I'm pretty sure. About
Yeah,
it.
100%. And they'll go past the 2021 mark, obviously. They've just won like 2 or 3 Grand Slams. They already have them. Like, it took Federer, like, some years to get his first Grand Slam. Alcaraz just comes, wins.
He
He'll
gets
be like,
everything,
thank you very
yes.
much. Yeah.
And imagine the pressure of the media, like when you're so young and like everyone is on you, your team, your family, the whole world is on your back.
No,
So
I've seen like 2.
it's pretty hard to manage all of this at a young age.
I
What do you
don't
think
have
about it?
an example from men's tennis, but I have 2 examples from women tennis where people won, and actually because of the media and the expectation pressure, they just disappeared. Naomi Osaka, Japanese tennis star,
Japanese
Osaka gave up to the pressure, stopped. She said, I will not do press conferences. And that's like one of the biggest thing. You get a lot of media there, and it's part of your contract to do the press conferences. She was like, I can't do it. I can't take the pressure.
Yeah.
And she eventually lost, and she lost a lot of money not doing.
It has a big effect on the game.
And then there was this
afterwards,
British.
That's why you have to be mentally strong.
British girl, what was her name?
The British.
She loved. She came. She also won one Grand Slam, and British media, I know,
When
they
was
just
it?
make you like, again, Andy Murray with 3 or 4 Grand Slams is like considered the best with Nadal, Djokovic, and I don't consider him in that. It's only big 3. Yeah, it's a very controversial
Yeah,
opinion,
only
but
big
I don't
three is
consider
another
him.
disappearing. So
Yeah,
keep-
I
keep
don't
them
think
three
there is a
then.
big 4. There's only a big 3: Nadal, Djokovic, Federer. There is no Andy Murray. He just won like 2 or 3 Grand Slams. 4, I guess, the best I remember. But she came, Raducanu. Something Raducanu. She came, she won 1 Grand Slam, home Grand Slam. Everyone was like, oh, the next big Murray, Andy Murray, this, that. Disappeared. Lost like initial first round matches.
Yes.
Round of 16, round of 64 matches. So yeah, that's what pressure does to you.
Exactly.
But salute to Nadal, salute to Djokovic, salute to Federer. Such long careers.
Hopefully, we'll be having a Djokovic for a couple of years, so
Yeah.
we'll be still feeling the
Thank
big
you for
squeeze
your
happening in
service,
tennis.
sirs.
But they have to,
Yeah.
to really level up against the youth because they setting the bar high now.
Yeah.
Moving on to
Some transfer gossip, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love this.
Everyone's favorite.
I love
Transfer
these
gossip.
topics. I love these topics because you never know what's happening and from where did they get the information. Is it really true? Is it
The
happening?
best
No.
part is Marca will say, I took it from Sky Sports. Sky Sports will say, I took it from ESPN. ESPN will say, I took it from that guy. That guy will say, I took it from...
I took it
so it's
from
like,
the player himself. I called him yesterday
Yeah.
and he called me.
So it's like one person quoting the other person, quoting the other person. It's such a vicious cycle, but I love it.
Exactly.
And people love transfer gossips. And yeah, the transfer gossip is Vinicius Jr. going to Al Hilal. Yeah,
Vinicius
he's at
Jr.
the
from
prime
all
of his
the
career.
players,
Why
yeah.
would he do that? But maybe money.
Obvious.
Money,
It's obvious.
money.
I think maybe money, yes. To Al Hilal, yeah.
But again, Vinicius is too young to go. He will never go. I don't think he will go. Even if the Spanish newspaper Marca, I just said Marca always says he reported this.
But
in
he
the
already
hotel.
won everything. No?
Yeah, yeah.
He got the Champions League. He got the
Yeah, he
League,
has
so-
the La Liga title. But again, bro, I don't think money is that important at this point. After 27, 28, 30, maybe a lot of players, young players, have moved to the Saudi Pro League. It's growing. It's a very big growing phenomena, but not for Vinicius right now. I don't
We said
think
the
it
same
will
for
have.
everyone, for Cristiano Ronaldo, for Benzema. For
No, Ronaldo is old. See, Ronaldo, the worst thing that happened to Ronaldo when he went back to Manchester United. So if he would have gone directly to Saudi Pro League, I would have been like,
Maybe.
okay, maybe.
Yeah, but I
he
think
went.
Ronaldo started the wave of
Yeah, yeah.
controversy, so a lot of players followed him. And
It was a whole. I think it was a whole plan to bring him to Saudi. It wasn't like a one-day deal. Oh, we just want him. They just wanted to bring Ronaldo because if any one of them, Ronaldo or Messi, you bring one of them, the whole world will follow.
Will follow,
We saw with MLS, Messi going there.
Also going MLS,
the ticket prices were raised. The sponsorship on all the platforms where MSN goes. Everything. So if it was a $1 million industry, it turned to $100 million
$100
within
million.
this.
Just for one
Their
player.
followers, LA Galaxy followers grew like 100,000 in one day. So that is the effect of these players, and they had a plan to bring one of them. Messi didn't agree, maybe. So
and
they
also, I
brought
think
Ronaldo.
by going to this league, to these leagues, they also evolve the level of
Yeah.
they enhance the level of the football.
See,
playing
I
there,
guess
so.
with Vinicius, he knows that when he plays for La Liga, he plays for Real Madrid, there's always 11 stars in the team. He is one of the stars. But these players, if they come to Saudi Pro League, they know they are the stars. So that's like a minor difference that I think that's also like a point that they consider before moving, that we'll be the star there.
100%.
Everyone will give us the ball and we will score. So that's the good part, but I think that should come after 30, 35. Moving to Saudi only for money, I'll give you one best example that the most hated person and the most loved person I had, Fernando Torres. At Liverpool, Liverpool were never winning anything. He moved to Chelsea for money. And that finished his career.
Exactly, I remember those days. Those
Likewise,
so
I hated when that happened. And at that point, I was a Manchester United fan. Imagine, I wasn't even a Liverpool fan. And I still was angry that he made the move for money. And he didn't do anything great. With Liverpool, he was always at the front, running, jumping over keepers, doing extraordinary things. With Chelsea, he couldn't do anything. Likewise, if Vinicius moves,
It can happen. It can happen. I don't know.
yeah, money-wise,
Sometimes
I
they're
think it's
influenced
possible.
by their family, by their agent.
Yeah.
So it's not just their decision at the end of the day. So
Yeah, it has come down to a lot of things now for players. It's not just like, oh, I want to play good football.
Exactly.
I want to make a retirement plan now as well. And with Saudi Pro League growing, it's not a bad plan. I would just say 2-3 more years, spend them in like La Liga or some big 5 European league, and then move. Or maybe before moving to Saudi, go to some other country and play. Evolve yourself. Vinicius, we've always seen him La Liga.
I think if
maybe
you
come
have
to
like
the
10,
EPL.
10 years in a very high level
Yeah.
of football is good. After that, you can move to another league, and they are saying that the market value now it's up to 200 million euros.
Like every day there's a record of price that is being broken. I don't think that's good for football. Anything that you make
Totally
so
agree.
much commercial with so much money, it always gets ruined. We've never seen money or commercialization come to anything and make it better. Music, it's become so commercial that there's like people who are so hit and I don't know about them. Why? Because this cater to a certain niche and thing. So likewise with sports, if you invest so much on one person, I don't think it should be there. So just spend enough, but not that much. Don't commercialize it so much that everyone moves for the money. Some people should move for a good manager, for a good team. EPL again, if someone moves to EPL, everyone says, oh, it's the toughest league defensively, because people will be there to kill you. These are the exact words of old footballers. They're like, our defenders didn't care. They're like, we'll kill the guy. We won't let him score. That's exactly what they said. Roy, what's his name? Roy something. I was listening to him and he was like, yeah, the defenders, we didn't care. We were like, oh, we'll kill the guy. But he cannot score. So maybe Vinicius, go to some other league and play 1 or 2 seasons there and then maybe move. Yeah, because again, your point, he's already won everything.
If you were Vinicius, what would you do?
I'll take the money and move. But see, I always think you can't be in their shoes because they're in some very expensive shoes. If I was there, but if I was a football fan, if I loved football, if I was playing football for the love of it, I will not.
From a very young age, I think me too, as a good player, I think I will try to break records, like get in the most Champions League, like the maximum Champions League I want, and just try to be a figure, you know, in a big team, and then maybe move out for retirement, because it's really exhausting at the end of the day playing in a row for a lot of years with that high intensity of level. So I think I will take the money after some time also.
See, I'm saying I will take the deal, but if at this age, at 33, if you tell me, I will take the deal. But if I was 25, I will not. Okay. That's it. We had a lot of interesting discussions. We were not expecting it.
Yeah, we started with some sad news and then we brought it up.
So transfer rumors, Vinicius is maybe coming to Al Hilal. Salah will not play the next match. Sorry, forgot the keeper's name. Bounou. Yeah, Morocco Bounou. How can I forget? He's not playing the next match for Al Hilal because he's injured during the Morocco Central African Republic match. So all this is happening.
Against Dalain and Salah will miss against Mauritania.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they will find some substitutes. It's time for the others to shine.
Yeah.
So another goalkeeper and another attacker for Egypt. And thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the latest updates
from the world of sports, and usually mostly the Middle East. Thank you very much. I'll do the closing because I've become sort of an expert at it. You can follow us on all social media, Smashi Sports. There's all the matches are streamed live for volleyball, handball, and a lot of other sports, basketball, on our Smashi TV app. Make sure to download it, watch all action in the Middle Eastern countries, from the Middle Eastern countries, from the UAE, live there. And apart from that, this is a Smashi Sports Show, which is part of the Smashi Business Production, which is part of the larger Augustus Media Podcast Network. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a great day. We'll see you on Friday.
See you.